Let's talk about social media Osint and how we can utilize tools on social media or for social media. So let's go ahead and go into our VM. And the first tool I'm going to actually show you is built into our VM. And this tool is called Twint. If you actually go up here and you look under social media, you'll see that Twint is here. And then there's also a tool called InstaLoader. So Twint is a tool that allows us to scrape Twitter. And we can utilize that without going in and looking at Twitter, using the search features. We can do all of this from the command line. It's pretty neat. I do recommend, I'll put a link to this, but I do recommend going through and reading through this. I'm only going to give you a few examples. And I'm going to provide in the description below some updates that we have to run to make this work. So you either can do that, or you can pause the video while I paste this. So I'm going to just copy and paste this really quick. And paste selection, and we're going to run a pip3. There is something going on right now where it's not working, so I'm just going to run this to upgrade Twint. So you can pause and type this in, or you can use what's in the description of the video. Go ahead and run that. Okay, and then we're going to run one more thing as well. So I'm going to copy this and paste it over here. Okay, and now we should be able to run Twint. So if we look at Twint, we can run it with twint-u username, and that should start scraping everything. And it won't include retweets, but it does include replies. So anything that we reply to, or a user replies to, or has tweeted, it will do that. And the nice thing about Twint is it doesn't use the Twitter API, which means it can crawl farther than the last 3,200 tweets that are out there, which is what's limited to the Twitter API. So what you can do here is you could just say something like twint-u for user and then the cyber mentor. And then it should start scraping. And you can see, I'm gonna hit Control-C immediately because it'll just scrape through all this data. Now it's not the easiest, not the prettiest, but you can see what I've been up to as of late, okay? So from here, we could take this and do a little bit better of scraping. We can come in here and do a -u. And maybe I want to look up every time that I've talked about my dog, or I've said the word dog. So if you're looking for something a user has specifically said, you can use a -s, and I might just say dog, and hit enter. And it might take a second because it's got to go through my tweets. And okay, I found every instance of where I have said the word dog, which wasn't that much here, but you can see who I'm responding to and who I'm talking to when I'm talking about the dogs. So that's of interest. And you can always come in here, and if you want, you can just put this into a file. You could say dog.txt. Okay, it'll just take a second, and then you can cat out dog.txt. And that'll give you the same data. Okay, so that's really nice. Now looking through this, you can limit it to the year that you put it in. You can look for anytime anybody said the word dog. Like recently, I know we've used NBA in the past, but recently, within the last couple days, there has been the NBA draft. So you might want to just say twint-s and then something like NBA. Okay, and then this should just start flying. And you can see, so if you're looking for a very specific keyword, or if you're looking for, say, sometime anybody's mentioned me, the Cyber Mentor, you can start looking through there. And then you can see that it's not just me responding out, it's a bunch of people referencing me or something along those lines. Okay, so it's nice. You can collect tweets from specific time frames. This is just like the Twitter search engine, right? This is just done from the command line. So this isn't really new to you, this is just a new way to do it. You can actually do a -o, it looks like, instead of just piping to, but you can do it that way. You can look and see if anybody has, from a verified account, has tweeted to you. You can actually pull down everybody's followers and who the person is following. You can look at the favorites. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. So we're not going to go through all this, but it's really nice to just look at what's going on. Okay, so this is very, very, very easy to use, very nice. It could take a little bit of cleaning up and color coordinating, but if you can move this off of this and just put it into an appropriate text file and color coordinate it, could be pretty easy as well. So this is a nice clean way to just pull down data really, really, really fast without having to search too heavily. I think it's best utilized for the search strings. So if you're trying to find a time a user mentioned something specific, like if you're trying to see, I don't know if I've done this, but if you're trying to see if I've ever mentioned the word drugs in my tweet history, I have. So just once. So yeah, so it's there. So like if you're looking for like a drug investigation or something along those lines, you can do that. Now I want to show you one more thing. I want to show you how to download and install a tool. So we're going to go ahead and go out and do that. Remember last time, and I'm doing this on my machine by the way, because I want to make sure that this runs appropriately. I was having some issues on my VM, so if you have issues with it, it could be the VM itself, but I just kind of want to give you the rundown on how to download this. This is just a general overview. It's not so much the tool itself, but the idea of going out and downloading your own tools. So remember, we went and we searched at one point and said something like Instagram, Osint, and then we said site, github.com. And we saw a tool, or a few tools, and remember we looked through them. Let's just select this first tool here. So we see that this one has a high amount of stars, which is ideal. That's kind of what we want. Something with a lot of stars, and it's not updating here, so I'm not sure what's going on, but we want something that's recent. Looks like the last update was March 16th, 2020, so within the last year or so. And then we just need the instructions on how to download it. So this tells you what you're going to find out when you run the tool. So you can gather the username, profile, URL, etc. all the way down. And then all we have to do is just one quick install and then running the tool. So let's go ahead and just copy this. You're going to go code and copy. And then I like to put this in my opt folder. So just when you would just cd/opt if you haven't used Linux much. From here, I'm just going to say git clone and then just paste this. That pasted TikTok. Obviously didn't copy what I wanted. Okay, let's try this one more time. I'll just Control A, paste this here. All right, let's download that. Okay, then we're going to change into the folder, and the folder is always the last bit here. So capital I for Instagram, and then Osint. We're going to cd there, and then we're going to do a pip3 install -r requirements.txt. Hit enter. Okay, and all mine are already satisfied, but you might have some that need to install. And then from here, we just run the Python 3 and then main.py. I'm gonna clear this. And then we'll just say, I think it's -- username, the cyber mentor, something like that. Hit enter, scanning, there we go. So what do we get back? We get back my profile name, we get back my Instagram page, how many followers I have, how many people I'm following, 69 posts, nice. We come through here and we get the bio, a couple tags. We get my profile picture, which I don't even have to go download or try to figure out how to download. I just can come right here and say, okay, here's my profile picture. Now, guess what? I can save this. I can go reverse image search this, see if I can find it anywhere else. Do I have an external URL? I do. So this is some information, not verified, not private, and not a business. So a little bit of useful information here just from this tool that we can get. I think this is maybe one of the best features it has, is just to grab the profile pic off of this. So was this video groundbreaking? I don't think so. I think it's just good to show you that there are tools out there to do the social media OSINT. My preferred way is still to go out and to do visual searching. I think the graphical way to see things, in my opinion, is the best way to go out there and just visualize and get everything in front of you. These tools are nice for searching specifics, like Twint. That was really nice if I wanted to search for a specific term and I don't have to go through Google or have to go through the Twitter search engine to try to search for that. I can just do it with a quick one-liner on a command line. Super nice. This is nice too for just pulling down a quick picture, seeing if the username exists. Very quick OSINT on this as well, but I still think the nitty-gritty, the most of the information you're going to gather is doing it from the web. But I just wanted to show you how you can utilize these tools. I wanted to show you that you can download tools and just how to go about downloading and verifying and making sure that the tools are going to be worth your time to install. So I wouldn't necessarily go out to a GitHub and install a tool that only has 1 or 2 stars. I'd be more inclined to find one like this one did, where it had 400 stars. So something to think about when you're looking for tools to use, and then just knowing that tools out there do exist for social media OSINT. So that is it for this lesson. I will catch you over in the next one.